and I find out that this was trying to sacrifice my son. Everybody keeps coming for my child, and now this witch says she's gonna sacrifice him to her voodoo idols.
Apparently, Beyonce is being accused again of doing black magic. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. Everybody ain't lying. I spent probably a week doing research on all the people that they were connected with, and all of them are connected to some sort of black magic, some sort of witchery, okay?
And this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships, all just a very wicked tactic to just keep me down and keep me under some type of control.
The whole industry is buzzing right now because Nicki Minaj just crossed a line nobody ever thought she'd touch. Word on the streets is that she's been accusing Beyoncé of targeting her family for months, and people are stunned by how far this beef has gone. Folks have whispered about tension between Nicki and the Carters for a long time, but now it feels like everything has exploded into a full-on war. Reports say Nicki believes Beyoncé has been involved in dark spiritual stuff for years, and she's convinced that Beyoncé is trying to use her family drama as some kind of warning for speaking out. Things are getting even wilder by the day. Insiders are saying Jay-Z is officially done with Nicki's accusations and is allegedly gearing up to respond with legal action. This whole situation is messy, risky, and turning into one of the biggest celebrity face-offs the game has seen in a long time. So is Nicki imagining enemies, or is she really dealing with something serious like she's been claiming? Let's break it down. One thing about Nicki Minaj is that she never backs down from Jay-Z or Beyoncé, and she'll talk her talk with full confidence. But this time, things feel different because people are saying Nicki genuinely believes her family is being targeted, and that has everyone raising eyebrows. Now, Beyoncé has been dealing with those witchcraft accusations for years, so that part isn't new. But the talk has always been about her using energy or influence against adults in the industry, never children. So Nicki's claims about Beyoncé and Papa Bear definitely shocked the internet and had everyone asking what's really going on. But to keep it real, Nicki did throw the first major shot a couple weeks ago when she brought Beyoncé's kids into her beef with Desiree Perez and Jay-Z. She tweeted, "Camel and rat. We are not fazed by botted tweets and bots in the comments. That's precisely why you broke. Now Desiree got Phyllis since I said she ugly, now she uglier. Okay, Camel, let's talk about your kids today. That's on the docket Ninja Shuffles papers." This came during that same heated rant where she and Cardi were going at each other's families and saying wild stuff online. Jay-Z even caught some stray fire because Nicki also tweeted, "Jay-Z, take off that effing lace front." Plus, she accused him of getting upset that she wouldn't give him a beat she was already doing legal paperwork for. She said he told her, "It's Beyoncé beat," and that someone just laid down and let them take it and then sue me for making a similar beat. Jay-Z and Beyoncé probably would have ignored all of it until Nicki mentioned their kids. And if there's one thing everybody knows, it's that the Carters do not play when it comes to their children. People still remember when they almost took legal action against Kanye over the comments he made about their twins. Let's get into the tweets that shook the whole industry, because this is where things spiraled fast. Kanye had posted, "Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyoncé's younger kids? Debbie? No." Like literally, this is why artificial insemination is.
Real quick, MTV is petrified because they got a couple calls yesterday and people were saying, what if Nicki says this and if Nicki says that? And you know, and I said, it's okay, MTV, I can control myself.
Onika Tanya, Mariah Petty, I've done some amazing work in my time. I've changed the game and rearranged the game and, you know what I'm saying, body shamed the game and then came again, okay? So listen, sometimes Onika just want to hear Onika. You feel me? Don't mean see him in the street and kick them right in my throat. And then do more shit. Okay?
Such a blessing. Having retarded children is a choice. Those tweets were so wild that people couldn't believe he actually pressed send. He deleted them later, but he made it clear he didn't delete them out of remorse. He only did it so his account wouldn't get flagged. He even tweeted, "I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyoncé's family down and Jerry Lorenzo's family down because there was a possibility my Twitter being canceled, not because I'm a good person." That statement had everybody looking at him sideways. Meanwhile, Jay-Z and Beyoncé were shocked and furious. According to Page 6, they found it shocking that Kanye attacked their two youngest children in a disgusting all-caps rant via X on Tuesday evening. They made it known they wouldn't tolerate something that disrespectful, and they started discussing whether they should deal with it privately or legally. They never ended up suing him, but things definitely took a downturn for Kanye after that moment. He had to apologize to several people he disrespected, and the streets started whispering that Beyoncé allegedly put some spiritual pressure on him for speaking on her kids. And if people think she would defend Kanye, someone who was once like family, imagine how she'd react if Nicki really crossed a line. But let's be honest, Nicki has been throwing hints and shade at Jay-Z and Beyoncé for a long time now. She says the real problem is that Jay-Z allegedly tried to cheat her out of a massive amount of money. In one tweet, she wrote, "Beef calculated about 100 to 2 million so far. Jay-Z called me to settle this karmic debt. It's only collecting more interest."
Suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
You see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian too.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And this truth.
You still on my top 5 though? Let's get it, ninjas. And anyone still calling him ho will answer to God for the blasphemy. I'm gonna use some of my money Jay-Z owes me to send some of my barbs to college, pay their school fees, and student loans, being my student of the gang charity. So yeah, there's deep tension here, and Nicki hasn't exactly been subtle. For instance, in her track with Doja Cat, she rapped, "Why you talking about who body fake with all them feelings in your face? You just feel of hate. The real ad ain't keep your ninja home. Now you look in Sydney that's worried to sell a clown." Fans immediately caught on because it came right after Beyonce's line on Megan Thee Stallion's Savage, where she said, "If you want to see some real ab, baby, it's your chance. I said left cheek, right cheek, drop below wind and W Texas up in this thing. Put you up on this game, RV park in my frame. Gang, 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 gang. If you don't jump to put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain." Nicki knew exactly what she was doing, dropping a line about someone's body not keeping their partner home. That hit way too close to Beyonce's own past drama to feel random, especially coming from Nicki, who has also had her own issues with Megan. And it didn't stop there. In her track Press Play, Nicki mentioned Beyonce by name, saying, "They said, why can't you Beyonce? Daddy wasn't no businessman, mama wouldn't no business owner." What an idiot. That line made the internet explode because she said the name so directly. Then came the 2023 VMAs, which Nicki hosted, and that event added a fresh layer of mess. She claimed Jay-Z and Roc Nation tried to pressure MTV into dropping her from the show, and the internet went wild at the thought of that kind of behind-the-scenes power move. This whole situation just keeps stacking drama on drama, and Nicki keeps pushing the line while the Carters stay silent. At least for now. Nicki's been tossing more indirect shots at Jay-Z, hinting that he's been using Megan as a way to get at her. In one tweet, she called Megan out for acting tough just because Roc Nation supports her. Nicki wrote, "B thinks she a bully cause she got a ROC Nation brunch every year. Be mad at party. He told all your tea, but you taking shots at my family, get up on your good foot, go apologize to your mother and nasty serpents." That tweet had everyone talking. And when Beyonce was promoting her cowboy-themed era earlier this year, Nicki wasted no time throwing shade. A fan reposted the original Cowgirl video saying they didn't care. And Nicki dropped a side-eye emoji that said everything without saying a word. It got even messier when someone shared a pic of Nicki on stage, and she replied, "The bull I ride is not mechanical." Everybody recognized that was aimed at Beyoncé, because fans still remember Beyoncé riding that mechanical bull on stage, like she owned the whole arena. Then Nicki jumped on station head and played Beyoncé's song Flawless, the track she's actually featured on. At first, people thought it meant things were cool between them, but Nicki cleared that up quick. She made it clear that playing the song didn't mean she and Beyoncé were on good terms at all. While all this was happening, Beyoncé wasn't responding publicly, but Solange did. And everybody knows Solange is not someone you want to test. Even Jay-Z found that out the hard way. Around the same time Nicki was running her mouth, Solange posted what looked like a spiritual altar and turned off the comments, which made people think she was sending a warning loud and clear. Fast forward to now, after Nicki made comments about Beyoncé's children, and it's obvious she's regretting ever bringing them into the mix. The streets started whispering that Beyoncé allegedly had her eyes on Nicki's family, and that rumor spiraled fast. Some people even started spreading claims online saying Papa Bear was affected, but let's be clear, those claims are not verified, and repeating them is irresponsible. Nicki should have never spoken on anyone's kids, because even if things were just rumors, that type of talk always brings drama she didn't need. Beyoncé has been hit with rumors for years about being involved in dark spiritual practices. Again, not confirmed, just accusations people have thrown around. Her former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, is one of the people who made those claims. According to the Daily Beast, Kimberly accused Beyoncé of extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and magic spells of sexual molestation. She also claimed Beyoncé was tapping her phones and controlling her finances. Her accusations were intense, and she insisted Beyoncé was behind it all for reasons she never clearly explained. Kimberly even went live on Instagram trying to expose her, which added more fuel to the old rumors. And don't forget back in 2022 when Kanye went off online accusing Jay-Z and Beyoncé of allegedly doing dangerous things and being controlled. People still talk about that meltdown to this day. Then Jaguar Wright jumped in during her interview with Piers Morgan, dropping her own bomb by saying Beyoncé was allegedly connected to Aaliyah's passing. That one shook the internet for weeks. Nicki has definitely heard all these stories over the years, which makes it shocking that she still keeps poking at Jay-Z and Beyoncé. But now word is she's scared and supposedly ready to expose them once and for all. Meanwhile, insiders say Beyoncé and Jay-Z are confused just like the rest of us. The word on the streets is that they haven't done anything to Nicki and don't understand why she's been coming at them so hard. For years, people brushed off Nicki's rants as stress or frustration, especially since she always denied using anything illegal. But her latest claims push things past the limit, and the rumor inside the industry is that Jay-Z is now seriously considering taking legal action. And that's not all. The streets say he might also be planning to file a restraining order and a gag order, which would legally stop Nicki from speaking on him or his family ever again. But this is where things are sitting right now. Nicki has moved from quiet shade to full-on spiritual talk, and the whole industry is watching like it's a live showdown. If even half of what she's saying about Beyoncé is real, that would flip the entire game on its head. But if none of it holds weight, then Nicki might have pushed the wrong empire and made herself look reckless in the process. Jay-Z is allegedly getting his legal team ready. Beyoncé is keeping that silent power stance. And somehow Papa Bear's name ended up in the middle of one of the wildest celebrity feuds we've seen in years. At this point, it feels like Nicki versus everybody. Either she's exposing what others are scared to mention, or she just launched a battle with the Carters that she can't escape. And if that's true, this story is far from over. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.